Hey guys, just waiting for Kyle, and I'm gonna start. I just want to explain to you, if you want to crash the party, so to speak, or you want to join with Kyle and I, you can get, if you don't have it already, get the Zoom app, and then you want to click on join a meeting. And here I will put it up in the chat and put in this number 876-109-5712. That is our unique meeting ID. And you can join us. You can talk to Kyle, ask him what you want. You can pledge your love to him, or just your appreciation to him. Let's do it that way. I don't know where he is. He just texted me about, I don't know, 7 minutes ago and asked me if I could start the live stream because a lot of you guys are waiting already. So I, obliged him, threw it on, and we have no Kyle yet. But I hope everybody's doing well. If you want to, it's easier to talk than like chat, but there's that number, 876-109-5712. So maybe you're like down, oh, there he is. There is Kyle, the man right there. Let's wait for him to hook up. Sometimes I wish this stuff happened instantaneously. Things that are never good enough for me. I always got to bitch about something. Kyle.
What up, man?
How are you?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
I am doing well. It's good to talk to you, man.
Dude, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, good to see you. What, wasn't it about a year ago? Or you remember when the last one was?
Yeah, it was right before 1990 dropped, I think.
You're right. Wow.
I think it was like what was that, like mid 21, I think I talked to you.
Yeah, because the album dropped December 31st. So it was right before then. Well, yeah, so it probably was about a year. I'm just tweeting out right now that we are live. If we are, right?
Yeah, we are. And Miss Diamond wants to say hi to you. I don't know if people, I already explained this right before you came on, but if people will get the Zoom app,
okay,
and then all they do is click on join a meeting and type in, I have the unique meeting ID up in the chat right now. All they do is type in that number, 876-109-5712, and then they can get right into the party.
Okay, so yeah, for all you guys that are here and you want to ask questions, you heard what Shep just said, join the Zoom meet. Yeah, man, again, like I said, I'm grateful to have you having me on the show again, man. So it's been a crazy year.
Absolutely, man. Been playing you forever now, and you never cease to disappoint, man. And now you got 1990 XL out?
Yes, sir. Yep. So it was kind of cool because I think when we talked last time, I kind of mentioned how, to me, 1990 was kind of like a starting over point, kind of more back to my influences. And I had mentioned that it was the first time in almost a decade that I worked with the producer Brett Hessla, who I worked with real early on. So, once 1990 came out, Gotta Get Out of Here did really good. And then this Back Into Darkness has just done even better, and it's just been so cool to watch it grow. So it was cool because what we did was I went back in the studio with Brett, the producer, and I had texted my old drummer. His name's Graham Spillman, and he was my original drummer, like I said, 10 years ago. We knew each other in LA, Anaheim area in California. And I shot him a text because I was like, hey, man, I'm going in with Brett. I just thought about you. He's like, dude, I live right here in Nashville. And right when he said that, I knew that was a sign. So literally within a month or two, we were back in the studio. We actually retracked 5 songs we did 10 years ago. With Me Now, Take Me to the Grave, some very early stuff. Had the live drums back on the recording. And man, it was so awesome. I'm so happy. And the fans seem to be happy about it too. So
well, there's so much to enjoy on this. There really is. It's you change things up like very often in what you have 5 additional tracks on XL, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. The one that really hit me, man, Like Yesterday. I love the piano with that. and the way you set it up. What was, when you made that, what was going through your mind? What did you want to get across to people?
You know, it's funny, Shep, because that song was literally written a decade ago. And again, funny you mention it, because just last night I heard this demo I did literally on an iPad Garage Band, like hitting guitar chords with one note, like 3 a.m. You know, it was just, it had really cool musical elements to it. And like you said, the piano, like to me, I love when you hear the piano in the beginning with the acoustic guitar. There's just something
Yes.
that goes like really like metallic sounding about it. But you know, it was just, I remember being in the studio and coming up with the line that says, like yesterday, you're gone. Very simple, very self-explanatory. And I just remember the
Okay.
producer, Brett, being like he went on Google and typed that in, like yesterday. He's like, someone's had to have used this line, like blah, blah, blah. And he couldn't find anything. He was just like, dude, no one's used it. We have to go with it. So it's just funny, like so many people think like you're in the studio and it's very serious and people are like, oh no, this is a hit record. It's literally a bunch of dudes screwing around, trying to come up with fun ideas and like saying, like yesterday, you're gone, seeing the producer kind of freak out at the time. Like to me, that was a sign that all paths were right. You know what I mean? So.
You're like, okay, so did you mean that in like two or multiple aspects? Like yesterday, you're gone, as in like humanity, but
Right.
or like yesterday, you're gone as flash in the pan, you
Yeah,
know?
well, you know, it can go really either way. I always like to, I mean, as kind of cliche as it sounds, like I love to leave the meanings up to the fans to interpret in their own ways, just like we all do when we hear a song we love. We kind of tie our own personal story to a song, maybe, or you know what I'm saying, like how it relates to you like that.
Yeah.
Written wise, though, when we were sitting there, it almost had a bit of, you could have a bit of a relationship angle, you could have a bit of a death loss angle, or like you said, I mean, just humanity in all, really, you know. I love,
Okay.
just to wrap this up, there's a line in the bridge of, there's kind of a heavier bridge section in Like Yesterday, and the lyrics are something along the lines of, I feel my anger fade, it's going, gone, what I thought was perfect was poison all along. So I always like the sense of, you know, the whole time the song is like you're missing someone, like yesterday you're gone, and then you kind of realize in the bridge that it was actually what you loved was actually poison the whole time. And then it says, excuse the language, fuck yesterday. And there you have it, you know.
Damn, man. I just found something out I did not know. Now, we had somebody in our waiting room to come on and was waiting for you to finish your thought,
Okay.
and the link disappeared. Whoever that was, come back. Okay. Because I did not know there was a time limit. Otherwise, I would have just clicked on, let them jump
Oh,
in.
okay.
But
Okay. Yeah.
now, because I'm just figuring this stuff out too. I didn't even know that I've been live streaming stuff on Twitch a little bit, but
Okay. Yep.
Twitch does not allow this. I
Oh,
mean,
really?
all I could do was, all you can do is chat in Twitch. And I wanted people to actually be able to take part.
Yeah.
And then I found out that YouTube, I just had to enter in a few unique user IDs and some keys, and I could get through on YouTube, and people could actually get. And also, it was a thing too where people are apprehensive, because I see a lot of people in the chat here, and it's awesome, man. You have ET Wizard, High Dragon.
Okay. Yep. So I
uh,
just got the chat up here. So if you guys don't, I'd love to have you guys, again, if it's cool with Shep, come into Zoom, but we'll also watch the YouTube chat just as a side piece. But we'd love to have you guys on for sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you gotta, yeah, because I wanted people to actually be able to get on. And what I was going to say is, but it's a thing where they're like, oh man, I don't want to be on video. Well, don't
Right.
turn in your camera. You
Yep.
know, that's you can just talk to us. Maybe you're like, hey, my voice sounds like James Earl Jones or something.
Right.
Like, I want to be cool, but you look like, I don't know, Doogie Howser or something. So,
Right. Right.
just don't turn on the camera. On 1990 XL, what from your point of view was your favorite thing about that album? Now, you talked about the part with the producer and that stuff we were just talking about with the song Like Yesterday, but was there another point where you're like, this is wild?
Man, so many times. I tell a lot of people that, like, for me, being in the studio, there's nothing like it. It's the only time in my I had, when I was doing 1990, so a cool thing going with that question. So I wanted to make 1990 kind of an album that was filled with the history of Blacklite District, or me as a musician, you know. So I had my cousin who I grew up, you know, he would come up and spend the summers with me here in South Dakota, and he always wrote music with me, and we played little shows together. I had him come in for a couple days and we did a track together. And then my uncle, who's also a lefty guitar player who kind of got me started with everything, he did a guitar solo on one of the songs. A close personal video and musician friend of mine, Clinton from the band Another Last Year, he did some vocals on a bridge. So to me, it was just so cool to get so many, like, you know, not just close friends, but just acquaintances, a musical friendship, you know what I'm saying? Just to really get my closest people all together and make a product that we can all be proud of, you know? So the fact that, like, my cousin has a piece of his childhood, as he said it, there's a piece of his childhood in this album. And to me, that was one of the coolest things, just because of how, you know, how life has been, basically. You know, I don't know if that answers the question with what you were thinking, but I just love the fact that there was family and history and friends that were all basically coming together with a common goal in mind.
Well, you have recently you tweeted about a tune. You have another family member playing a guitar solo on one of your songs.
Yes. Yes.
That's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
again, it was my uncle who, I always say, is it's so hard for me as a lefty guitar player. You never see the lefty. So he's a lefty. We recorded the solo actually right here in my studio. I had it on the hard drive when I was down in the Nashville studio. It was awesome. So yeah, man. Shit like that is so cool though, you know.
and it's just and I'm sure you worked with friends and that stuff on this. And do you, okay, in that sense, with the different collaborations, friends, family members, whatever it be, what is the most I would say not really helpful, but what is the most that anyone has ever given you where you've been like, ooh, wow, this really helps?
Now, are we talking strictly from like a musical perspective or just any?
I'm broad, man. Anything.
Okay.
Looking towards writing, the musical aspect, the promotional aspect, anything in there. Is there something? Because I know everything is 7 degrees of separation. Everything everything melds together. And so have you ever had those moments where it's just locked in?
You know, definitely. There's some of the stuff still blows my mind. Well, okay, so like a few of the fans that we have in here, I would assume that some of the people in the chat probably discovered me from the Minecraft videos. So that's a great example right there of something that was kind of, you know, laid out on the table. And at first, it's almost like, well, I don't know, you know, I'll be straight up with you, and I've never told anyone this before. At first, I was almost embarrassed of the Minecraft thing, because when you come from the world of rock and roll and badass and metal, and you know what I'm saying? It was almost, when I'd say, oh, we did a Minecraft video and it got 10 million views, people would either be like, holy shit, basically, like, that's crazy, or what do you mean? Like, why, what are you doing with some nerdy video game or something, you know? And but there again, so that was 5-6 years ago now. Okay, fast forward 5 or 6 years to this present day. I don't think I would have anywhere near the hardcore fan base I have and the impact that this music has had on people if it wasn't for Minecraft and anime and all that type of stuff. And I know you and I have talked about this before, but when you look at it from that perspective, it was life-changing, really. It really was. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the fact that we got Miss Diamond here and E.T. and some of these fans that I've seen for years, on my chat, I mean, to me, that just says something. You know what I mean? And it's something special. You can't buy it. You can't buy your way into a fan base. You can promote, you can spend $1 million and have your face on every billboard and every TV commercial and every radio ad or whatever. I still don't think that can force anybody to become a fan. They have to find that out for themselves. Those things can help expose you, but the real connection is going to be made on their own time. Does that make sense?
That does, and it's kind of cool how it blew up without you. You didn't expect it, did you?
Oh my God. Not even close. I mean, so my biggest song, one of the biggest ones, is called Cold as Ice. I remember you guys played the shit out of it. Again, sorry for the are we on language barriers here?
No, because I don't monetize my stuff, because I say you shouldn't fuck too much, and man, YouTube has a problem if you say ass.
Right,
So,
right. But yeah, no, it was just like seeing like that video, Cold as Ice. The Minecraft video has 75 million views or about there. I mean, you know, I was expecting maybe if we were lucky a million or 2 million, or but when it start getting into like the 7 and 8 figures was just like, because I mean, there's some pop videos, big hits that have those types of views, you know. So
it
and
never.
again, it's just, you know, another thing I think I mentioned last time, like going to the fan base and seeing again the DMs on Instagram or YouTube or whatever of people that reach out and say, hey, this music changed the course of my depression or this bad experience I was going through, and the music was there. Like I tell everyone, before any, or aside from any fame or money like that, the connection with the fan base really is the number one thing, for sure.
Now, can you see we have 3 new people have joined? Can you see that on your end?
I do. Yep.
Okay. Nobody's saying anything. How come nobody's saying anything?
Does someone want to say something? Join in. ET Wizard is here, and 2 iPhones.
I'm
What
here.
up, ET?
Oh yeah,
How you doing?
I'm great.
Dude, it's crazy. I've never got to talk to you, but I've seen you for years on here.
Yeah, 3-4 years at this point. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's cool. So you've just been chatting back and forth. So it's all just been text chat?
Yeah, through Twitter and through YouTube live chat.
Yep. So Shep, yeah, usually I do kind of live streams like this. No, I just kind of back and forth. And, you know, a lot of the times there'll be hundreds of fans over the course of a 20-30 minute live stream and chatting. And I'll try to answer their questions as they basically type them out like we're seeing in the chat right now, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
If, anybody throw a question at Kyle. What do you want to ask him? What do you want to say?
I remember like 3 or 4 years ago when Through the Ages came out, and we were like 12, 13 people in the chat, and today it's 300-400. How do you feel with that immense growth so quickly?
So, you know, I kind of get where you're coming from and what you're saying. You know, are you talking about like the chat itself or the stream, or what are you thinking?
I mean, you can see the streams are growing. The number of streams is growing. You're placing higher and higher on the charts.
Right.
The stream is just an indication of it.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say definitely. Like for example, I posted the Spotify Wrapped thing the other day. It was 1.1 million listeners, 24 million streams or something like that. So ET, I would say definitely, because and again, when it comes to like the live streams, I'll see channels that, let's say, have 1 million or even 2 million subscribers, and yet their live streams maybe only have, you know, 400 or 500 people like that. So I don't personally think the live stream in terms of audience matters as much, but yes, everything growing like that, it's been incredible. And again, like ET, I can't thank you enough for just being a part of this community. And I hope you guys know I'm truly genuine when I say that. It means more than anything else, the fact that the music can connect and be there for you. So I'm grateful, man. Thank you. Heck yeah. So who else we got here?
Is that,
Miss Diamond.
Oh, Miss Diamond. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, it's just so cool, Shep. Look at that. You're bringing together comedians that have never actually spoken.
Yeah,
I've
nobody's
spoken to them.
ever done this before.
Right, right. Well, how you doing, Miss Diamond? What's up?
I'm doing great.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. What do you what are some of your favorite songs from 1990? Can I ask?
Basically all of them.
Hey, that's a great answer.
Hey.
That's my favorite too. And it's cool because just before I got on this interview with Shep here, one of my managers called me and we're actually going over, I'm going to release 1990 on vinyl in 2023. And Shep, I have not ever had an album out on vinyl. So.
Oh, really?
For that. Yeah, I've
So
always wanted to.
This could be something for people to get.
Yeah.
And because
Sure.
this could, well, not only is it a first thing for you, but also this could be something later on that could become a collector's item.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm thinking. You know, Shep, it's cool. I'm glad I brought this up because this is another thing I kind of wanted to say. And I think you'll probably agree with me here. You know, it's so crazy because like for me as a musician, you know, let's say 10 years ago, you're coming up as a rock band, you know, the thing to do is obviously you want to try and get on the radio, you want to try and tour, you want to get in front, you want to make relationships, you know, with PDs, club promoters, you know, the whole game.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've definitely tried my best at some of that. You know, obviously there are great stations out there like you guys that play new music. And I see your playlist every week and I think it's incredible. I think, you know, as I said last time, I think your playlist is 10 times better than like an Octane or something like that, you know.
Wait till after January 1st.
Really?
Hi,
Yeah.
guys.
Hi.
Hello.
It's me, Toru. How you guys doing?
Oh, Toru. Oh my gosh. How are you?
Yes, I'm good.
Wow. Another one that I have talked to many times, but I've never heard you talk.
Yeah, this is the first time.
Wow. This is so cool. I seriously wish we did this more often. Well, Shep, you might have started something here, bro.
Well, I didn't start. People have been doing this for like what, 2.5, 3 years?
Yeah, that's true.
I didn't start anything.
Well, Toru, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
How long do you think you've been in the live streams, like a part of my channel, let's say?
Since 2017.
Wow. That's like almost 6 years now.
The very first video I saw of yours was Cold as Ice, one of my favorites.
Wow. And that probably had just come out then.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy. That is so awesome. And again,
long time fan. Damn.
Yeah.
The first one I saw was a struggle.
Okay. Okay. So that would have been like probably 6 months before Cold as Ice, because I believe the struggle came out in August of 2016.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir.
To this day, I still think Cold as Ice and The Struggle are my two biggest songs.
Yep.
We still play The Struggle, man.
Yeah, I know.
Still.
I retweet it whenever I see the tweet come out, because to me, there again, Shep, like what we were just talking about, like radio and stuff, you can get on radio and this and that, and then the song's basically dropped once it runs its course on the chart. And I always loved the idea of like the bands we grew up on where you're still hearing STP 20 years later and stuff like that. So the fact, Shep, that you put some of my tracks in like the gold library, to me, that's the ultimate.
Well, actually, that's not in the gold. All the Real Rock 101 radio group stations are a little more progressive than most your normal FM stations. So the struggle is still in our recurrent category.
Oh, wow.
And it's based off of how listener response has been for it. It's based off of socials. So yeah, you do have some songs that have gone to gold, but you have some that, man, no, they stay up there. So you're still getting a few spins a week.
That is incredible. And there again, for any of you guys in here in the chat with us, you know, Shep has a couple of radio stations. And again, I mean, you just heard he has multiple of my songs on this. So if you guys are ever looking for good, literally good rock and roll radio, I would check him out. Real Rock Nights, a couple of shows. Check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Gonna make me pee my pants.
He likes that. He likes that. But yeah, I'm so excited to get 1990 out on vinyl. Again, you know, Shep, just last month I was down in Nashville with the producer and the band. We did 7 or 8 songs for the first album, which is now self-titled. You know, you guys know the Blacklite District with Cold as Ice and the Struggle. They sound so good. And then next month I go back and we're going to do 7 or 8 songs from You're Welcome, like Falling, Wishing Dead. And I really just think that, you know, I want to put out new music, and because I want the fans to be excited about new music, but at the same time, songs like we just talked about, guys, like Struggle, Cold as Ice, you know, songs like Nightmare, Goodbye, blah, blah, blah. I just felt like, because I really wrote these songs right here in this room, programmed all the drums on the computer, you know, pretty much everything was computer made except for the vocals and stuff. But to me, these songs deserve to have like a producer, live drums, like the real band playing them. And I just think that even though they're songs you guys are familiar with, I think you're going to hear in the recording itself the magic that real musicians and a producer put into the song. So I'm just excited to share those with you guys very soon.
So
exciting.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best song you remade that sounds so much better when it's remade compared to the original?
I'm really glad you asked that, ET, because right now my absolute favorite song is Dem Days. And Dem Days, you know, it
Solid
had a
pick.
Sorry?
Solid pick.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, I never really, like, in my mind, that song never had like spotlight or was a single or had a video, although there was a Minecraft video that was made and got like 10 million views on a not Rain's channel. I can't even remember what channel it was on, but late
I remember it.
animations or something like that. But yeah, so Them Days, and originally Them Days was way different. It was an acoustic song. It almost had more of a country twang to it. And then the version that you guys know that is on the first album, way more electronic and beat based. So what we did was kind of took the like original thought, acoustic, up tempo Them Days, a mixture of the version that's out. And I just think, again, you know, I don't know what you guys are going to think, but I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to hear that there's soul in it. And to me, that's one of the most important pieces. And I think you'd agree, Shep.
I do. That's you have all those elements that you layer on top of each other. And it really, it has all your songs. And I know this sounds cliche for people to say, but it's true. In your case, all of your songs have something for someone.
Yeah.
It's like if you listen to one of the Blacklite District songs and you listen for 30 seconds and shut it off, you're basically screwing yourself over. Because if you keep on listening, you can be like, whoa,
yeah,
I like that. I like that. And then you're going to be hearing it over and over again because you can't shut the damn thing off.
Right. And you know, too, like going back to the Spotify thing I just talked about, they do that Spotify Wrapped every year where they show all your data, how many listeners you pull up. And, you know, like a lot of these guys here in the chat and multiple others, you know, that send out tweets with their, you know, most listened to artists. Some of these kids, man, one person had like 38,000 minutes. One guy had 55,000 minutes, which is equal to 38 days straight of my music playing in their house or on their phone or whatever. I mean, just blows my mind, man.
38 days?
Straight. I mean, think about that. Out of 365 days in a year, 38 doesn't sound like a lot. But when we're talking about this music was playing on someone's system for that long during the year, that it equaled to 38 days straight, that's a lot of listening, bro.
Then there's me over here who gets excited when somebody listens to a station for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, same thing, man. Same thing. But shit, you know, I still stand behind what I said to you last time, that I do think that things will grow. They just take so long. But again, Shep, the environment you've created for us right here, and I don't know, like ET and Toru, like, would you guys, you know, I didn't know we were going to be able to have you guys actually in here talking. Would this be something you guys think would be cool to do on like a more frequent basis? You know, once or twice, you know, a couple times a year where I get on maybe with Shep and all the fans come in and just having a conversation like this versus just an interview. You know what I'm saying, Shep? Like,
Yes.
I don't know. I think
I
it's,
think that would be cool.
I think that would be.
Awesome.
Okay, awesome. That's great to hear too, because this is what I actually wanted for Real Rock Nights. Because if you notice on our what do we call it, graphic or whatever, closer to the fan artist experience.
Right.
Well, that's what I wanted. I wanted the actual fans to get up close and personal with the artists themselves.
Right.
So, but it's taken me this long because I'm a freaking moron to figure out how to do it.
Dude, but look, again, we're here now. We have some fans in here. And again, for all you guys, Miss Diamond, ET, Toru, CJ's here. Again, I appreciate it, man. This is awesome. I want to do this more often, definitely, Shep.
No, but hey, you got it. You got it. I do want to ask.
Yes,
I
please.
do want to ask one thing, Kyle. In today's climate, what do you think is the biggest hurdle that a musician faces?
Wow, that's a great question. Well, off the top of my head, it's weird because the internet works not against us, but it works as a tool for independent, like we talked about last time, artists, radio, whatever, to basically levels the playing field so we all have a shot, but I think that the trouble that comes with that is that there are so many artists out there now. Everybody's got a podcast, everybody's got a show, everybody's putting an album out, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Where I just read another stat too, that it said 80% of the artists, now imagine this, 80% of artists on Spotify, which equals to about 6.5 million artists, have an audience of less than 50 people per month on the platform. Think about that.
Wow.
That's millions upon millions of shows, songs, blah, 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 albums that have a very small and very niche audience. But at the same time, those are the songs and shows that really make that universe turn. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was really interesting.
But it's that small little pool.
Yeah, I mean, wow. So and then I saw another stat too that said the independent sector of the music industry is the fastest growing sector of the industry. And if an artist is making at this stage, let's say 200 or 250K a year, you're actually in the top 2% of independent musicians at that price point, which is, again, blows my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, you would have had to have been way in the millions to be in a top kind of percentile like that. You know what I mean? So it has leveled the playing field, but it's also oversaturated the playing field. It makes it harder for someone to stand out. But again, like with my fan base here, using things like Minecraft and anime and nightcore and gaming and whatever you want to call it. I mean, like Toru's got the Pikachu up there. I love Pokemon. I literally have a crazy Pokemon collection, so.
Well, and this goes out for everybody. Guys, everyone on here, what do you think about TikTok? Because something Kyle just said about the music, I saw something the other night. This young guy did a video on YouTube talking about TikTok musicians. And there are people that go to shows because they learn of these musicians through TikTok. And of course, the TikTok videos have a small server and they only are like 60 seconds. Yeah. And they only hear a piece of their song. So these people go to these shows, see the artists, and this guy had video of the people in the audience singing along to the artist for like one verse. And then the whole, we're talking about arena with like 30,000 people. It just stops singing.
Yeah.
Do you think that's helping or hurting the industry?
Man, that is a very unique way to look at it. And I wouldn't even think about it like that. So I feel like you've almost brought something to my attention here too. I think it's like the double-edged sword. Yeah, maybe all those people where they're singing and are aware of that artist because of that. But there again, the attention span is only that of most of the time 10 or 15 seconds on TikTok.
Is that what it is?
Okay. We did when 1990 dropped, we did a couple Gotta Get Out, whatever the singles where we had little TikTok videos made that we could there was a budget for TikTok promotion, and it was like, wow, we're going to spend that much money promoting a 10-second clip in hopes that someone likes it and maybe goes to stream it. But I think the hopes in that world are more that they're not going to go check out the song. They're going to love that 15-second clip, and someone else is going to use that 15-second clip in another video, and then so on and so on. And you hope it goes viral like that. But yeah, I don't know with the attention span, though. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell.
And he gave a couple examples of artists. I cannot remember the artists anymore because, well, it's not my genre of music or anything, but who came out and were gone in like weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you saying that right there is a great way to kind of, okay, so if we look at TikTok like that, someone can be hot for a minute, but it's kind of like a phase. It's like a trend. Okay,
Yes.
there it is. It's a trend. So trends come and go, right?
Yes.
So I think that is kind of the downfall of that, not in a bad way. But then again, on the flip side of it, when we go back to like my thing, if it's the Minecraft or anime thing with some of these fans that have been here for 5 years, to me, that's not a phase. And yeah, sure, maybe I don't get to be as big as some of the A-list artists that have like the big millions of people like that. But I do think that over long term, 5 years is long, but I'm even talking the next 5 years or the next 10 years or even after that. I think having a deep connection with the fan base as we are right now is what leads to more than just, oh, I like the chorus of that song. It's not just about the song. It's about the fans. It's about me as the artist. It's about you, Shep. It's about literally all of us in this chat right now being here and connecting, because none of us would be in this room in this situation if it wasn't for the music. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that is lost a lot of the time, you know?
That is true. What do you guys think? CJ, Toru?
I actually agree what Kyle was saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
the whole thing with the little 10-15 second clips, and yeah, they are getting shared, but they aren't going to have longevity. I mean, like Kyle's saying with his YouTube channel and stuff, like you guys are going to be around, correct?
of course.
And
Definitely.
but if you found Kyle, say you found a little tiny piece of the struggle years ago, and like 15 seconds of it, would you remember who Kyle is now?
Of course.
Yeah.
Whoa, there you go. Okay, well,
Because what I do now is for Kyle, and I always do this for him, I take his music and I put it on my YouTube channel and share it with everybody because I love every single song he plays.
You're going to make me blush, Toru.
So
you know what? I see those videos too, Shep. That's a great example of, it's kind of like the TikTok thing, how we were saying someone will hear a clip and then maybe they'll share it on another TikTok video.
Yeah.
But then in this case, we'll have fans like Toru and multiple others, by the way, that will make their own videos of Pokemon and all the great stuff they love with their favorite song. And that's just another piece of content generated by the fans, which I think maybe even deepens the connection between artist and fan to where it really is. Like I don't exist without Toru or without ET or Diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like I literally don't. So you guys are so much more important than you even think when it comes to this. I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful.
Excuse me. I almost choked on my own saliva. You almost had a "we aren't worthy" moment for a second.
Well, you know, sometimes I feel like that. I really do, because it is so special and it is so priceless. And this is one of those things where, you know, you can't just buy your way in. You know, it's not, that is the one thing I do love about today's technology, all these streaming platforms, because it does level the playing field. Back in the day, you had to be on a label to get on radio or to get your album in stores, basically, you know, where now it's like we all have access. And if you can create a community, and I always tell my fans, I try to, like, I'm all about positivity and spreading love and joy, because there is so much hatred and negativity and just nasty stuff in this world. I've seen it from day one. You know, I've been through all that shit. And that's why, again, these fans just bring me so much joy, because we all have our problems. We all have our story. We all have our struggles, no pun intended, you know, and when that comes together, that just makes it that much more powerful to me, in my opinion, you know.
And that, well, to have people, and I already see this and have heard it many, many times, like just in the last few minutes here, you really have a lot of support out there. I mean, this is basically you only have about 2, maybe 3% of the people who are your fans or listeners actually take part in a broadcast. So I'm getting a little bit of, but I can only imagine the thousands of people out there that are 100% in your corner. And I just opened up the Zoom chat. I didn't even know Zoom had chat. I mean, that's how inept I am at this.
Well, and there I just sometimes on my live streams, if I'm on for a half hour or so, I've had thousands of people that come through for the streams over a course of 20, 30 minutes. Now, we got to keep in mind it's a Monday. A lot of these people can't join that are in school and such like that. If we had a few more weeks and some graphics made up and said, hey, on this date, we're doing a big thing, I think we'd have a lot more people. But there again, I think we should try that again for the future. You know,
like on the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Like a Saturday or a Sunday, even though that might not be the best for you, Shep. I don't know, you know, but we could have it where everyone's available. I think it'd be cool to
make it work.
Yeah.
Even if make it work.
You know, and then it's aired later, whatever the case is. I think we should definitely do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is definitely on. And yeah, we'll definitely do more of this, man. We really will. Yeah. Let's see. Suppose, do you have stuff to do? Do we have to wrap things up?
I got about 5 more minutes if you want to stay on.
Okay. No. Let's wrap things up. And like I said, we will do this more. Definitely. This won't be a flash in the pan thing. Socials, everybody knows where you are, but you have a new website launched.
Yes, sir. That should be my manager. Like I said about the vinyl call, my manager said they were launching at any minute here. So my old website was just blacklightdistrict.net. If you guys have been there, you'll know what that looks like. But in the next few minutes here, it should be switching over to the new site. So again, you guys just check that out, blacklightdistrict.net. It's in the early stages. The website looks phenomenal. Shout out to the Home Slice Group, which is my management company and staff that have put all this together. We're trying in the new year, again, 2023 is going to be 10 years since my first charted single, Shep. So 2023 is a year to celebrate a decade of Blacklite District. The Blacklite District album and the You're Welcome album will be re-released in 2023 with deluxe editions featuring brand new, as I call, XL recordings, which I'm very excited to get out to you guys. Man, I wish I could, you know what? Hold on here. To wrap this up, Shep, if you don't mind, I have a small, where did I go here? I have a small, we're working on a documentary right now. If you guys are down, I could probably play like the first minute of it exclusively right here, Shep.
I am for it. What about you guys? What about everybody
I'm
else?
in for it.
I'm excited.
Check it out real quick. All right, let me see if I can do this. Sorry.
It's not the one we talked about like 2 years ago, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It is. Awesome.
Dude, well, my videographer Clinton has been filming me for years and years, and he came down to the studio when we did this last session. And why am I screwing everything up as always? Here we go. Okay, Shep, there you are. So let's see, can we do that from here? Screen share, here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, it says you have to enable it. Is there a button like that? And if not, I'm sorry, guys, we'll have to do it another time. It just says host disabled. Okay, so maybe we can't do it right now. That's okay.
Oh, okay. That's that's in the link thing. So that's when I set it up. So yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely we will give it to everybody. Will see it like whenever you want to do this again.
Okay.
We'll go on and everybody can get a little preview of this.
I didn't mean to get you guys' hopes up, but Shep is being real cool here. So if you guys are down, maybe sometime soon we'll set up another thing like this, and
Yeah.
I'll give like the first 3 minutes of the documentary teaser. I haven't really talked much about it, but it is going to be epic. We're going to be pitching it to Netflix, Hulu, all that. And if no one takes it, it'll go right up on the YouTube channel. We're filming a bunch of stuff. I just want you guys to know 2023 is going to be the biggest year yet for the Blacklight District community and the AK-19 family. And I
Yay.
appreciate each and every one of you guys.
Woohoo!
Love it. Want to thank everybody for taking part. I really, really appreciate it. Kyle, so good to see you, man. And we will hook up really fast to get this out to everyone. And hey,
Absolutely.
say hi to Clinton for me too, man. I haven't seen that dude for like it's going on like 5 years, man. Time flies.
Dude, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. I'll definitely tell him. He's working on some new music too. And again, for you guys here in the chat, you guys give Shep here a follow. He's been a big supporter of Blacklight District from before I ever had any success. Shep was playing the early music. Please check out his radio stations. Give him a follow on the socials. We'll do this again soon. And again, just so much love. And I appreciate you, Shep. And I just send love to all of you guys.
Hey, appreciate you
Yes.
too, man. And hey, I almost forgot. This is for Real Rock Nights. So we got to play Back into the Darkness.
Do it.
So here you go, guys. Back into the Darkness is here right now on Real Rock Nights. Awesome. Thank you very
Good.
much, Kyle. Thank everyone for taking part. And we're going to do this. Let's do it next week, man.
Dude, let's do it. You want to do it next week for real? And
Yep.
we'll premiere
Yep. Let's
we'll
set it up.
premiere
Let's
the teaser.
same time Monday.
Let's do it.
Okay.
You
Woohoo!
guys hear
2
that?
o'clock.
Would this work for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2
Okay. Next
2
week,
o'clock Monday,
we'll
guys,
premiere
next
the
week.
documentary
That'll work.
teaser.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next week.
That's fine.